So basically, this whole aided yoga thing, the reason why I came up with it is because I was once, like probably a lot of you people here, a lot of the people that I work with, they'll say to me, man, I never thought of the idea that I could do yoga. And what yoga really is, it's really mindfulness in the way you do everything. And I just approach it in a way that would be more aligned with the East as opposed to what we think it is here, and that's just the physical postures and asanas. So this is Krishnamacharya. He's the reason why we do yoga outside of India. He died at 101 years old in 1989. And he had 3 principles that guided his yoga. He never left India. He had 5 students that left. A few went to the United States, a few went to Europe, and those students are the reason yoga is practiced outside of India. And the 3 things that he focused on, Purusha is knowing the unbiased self. This is the mind, being able to observe yourself without all the labels and the biases that we put on ourselves. Then you have the physical postures, which is what people think yoga is in the first place. And then you have Ayurveda. This is a nutritional observance, what we're putting in our bodies. It's what healed me. A lot of people, they can't believe it when I say, yeah, I couldn't walk for 10 months. And they go, well, what happened? Were you in an accident or what? And it literally was just me abusing myself between alcohol, between foods. And then you'd have these times where you had this downtime and you couldn't work. You're just abusing those things even more because what else is there to do but, watch television and be on the internet and eat food. And so I literally was undermining myself. So yoga is the process of replacing auto-recycled, outdated habits, routines, rituals, our biases, for better options. And we do that through 3 principles. There's a lot of principles that I work with, but momentum, edge, and new normal is how I like to guide that. Every single one of you are sitting in this room right now due to momentum. So whatever you've done up till this moment has got you to where you are. And it's the same thing with your physical state or even your mental state. And we do those things with biases without understanding how we're undermining ourselves. So if you want to change your momentum, and every single one of you already practiced this somewhere in your life, you have to do something that you've never done before. If you want something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. And so, and everybody, we've said that in this room within the last few weeks. That was one of our quotes. So we have to push our edge. If I type 20 words a minute and I want to get to 30, I need to push. And then once I get to 30, I'm within my new normal range. It's very frustrating when you're talking to somebody and they say, yeah, this one time I got my stuff together and I got to this weight or to this goal or whatever, and then I reached some barrier and I just gave up and here I am again. So when you make ground, you fought for that ground. You want to maintain it and, again, accept it as a new normal. So aided yoga assists people who don't think or understand that they can do yoga. If you were to go on my website, this is one of the things you'd see. And I triage everybody into one of 3 places. You're either going to need basics, you're either going to be an intermediate, or you're going to be advanced. If you're in the basics, you're going to be doing things like, you might start with a table stretch, or I might determine this person can do some chair yoga, or actually they're moving pretty well. Maybe they can do some floor yoga, some restorative yoga. That's no standing, it's no balance poses, it's very easy. And this is an example. This person, I do sometimes work with her on the table, but it's mostly on the floor. I don't use chairs, anything with a back, because I want you to learn to support your back. So I'll use a jump box for chair yoga. This would be an assisted. I do fast twitch stuff. I'll get to the point where I talk about muscle type. Intermediate. Intermediate's just, again, basic floor. Advanced. Ashtanga poses that everybody knows. The 4 things that we're disconnected from in today's time, we're disconnected from the self, each other, the earth, and our own labor. And we're reconnecting with those things. On our lifespan, we follow this green line, our modern day, an average of 77 years. My idea is to make everybody, to give them a better quality of life, as opposed to, oh, I'm just going in some direction and I can't help it. I'm just following some path that I'm not in control of. Everybody's in control of feeling better and taking responsibility for themselves. So the 4 pillars of health that I preach to everybody is you have to have some type of breath work. You have to be moving your body, you have to consider your nutrition, and you have to consider the recovery that you take for yourself. There's 3 things that we have in our life. We have yourself, you have your family, and you have your career. And often what we do is we focus on our career, and we focus on our family, and we neglect ourselves. And as we atrophy, and as we get older, we learn that we can't neglect. So not everybody is my referral, but there are a few that are. So, guys, thank you so much.